Welcome back to another episode of Look What Just Found. This is episode 335, and it's Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2024. And I always try to do something different on the channel. Obviously, this is the first year that the channel has been in effect around, and I think where I'm at today is considerably different than where I was a year ago. Now, maybe for New Year's, I'll do a New Year's special or something like that. And we'll talk about some of those things in reflection. But one of the things, like I try to pay attention to what people say. I do my best. And one of the ways, is this going to be an all copper? I don't think so. Yeah, well, there are some of these that are just a little too shiny to be all copper, like this one right here. So let's see. And it's a 1990, so it's not all copper. Okay. And what I noticed is, now, please feel free to chime in the comments below. Oh, this is a beauty. I mean, wow. That's a beauty. And what I've noticed is that people, more so than me, are detail oriented. People tend to be detail oriented. And how do I know that? Well, I can check. See that little line going through it? I have to look at that through the 8. I'm saying through the 8. I'm gonna have to look at that through the loop, which I should have in front of me, but it's not in front of me. It's a little notch that goes straight down the middle. But otherwise, I'm going to say it's insignificant. And so the way I know people are detail oriented is by, that's our first copper. So we have a copper, we have a zinc. Is by how many likes I have on any given video. And it's pretty, I guess I find it interesting. I was going to say weird, but I guess it's not weird. I guess it's just fascinating. Human behavior. And do you notice how pink the columns are on the stairs? Kind of pinkish. The columns on the stairs. They're both have a little pink tint to it. I guess I pay attention to detail also. And one of the things I see people are interested in is mintage. Now, I've gotten into discussions, heated discussions, aka arguments, with people over what one person considers low mintage versus another, right? So I have to be honest with you. To me, that argument is, it's a non-argument, because the mintage is the mintage, right? It's a number. It does not, it's not like saying, oh, I think these are beautiful, these dark, ugly ones, they're beautiful with this, So that's a matter of opinion. But when it comes to the mintage of a coin, when it comes to the mintage, right, that's a number. There should be no feeling attached to that. But people get stuck in their feelings, and I can't do nothing about that. So I kind of think that's a dumb argument to say, oh, that's not low mintage. That's no, the mintage is the mintage. And they actually state on, so this is Wikipedia, just for you to know. And I think what I'll do is maybe starting this video, I will put the link below to the mintage on Wikipedia. So you can look up the mintage of any penny. All right, it's for the pennies. You'll have to, if you want a different denomination, you'll have to search that. Here on this channel, I do mostly pennies, and that's what I'm gonna link below. Okay, so if you go below, you will see the link. Oh wow, this is one, and it's slightly misaligned north to south, but this will be one for my my tube, which I recently started a new MS tube. Yeah, I don't know about that one on the bottom. Yeah, that, oh, you can see it's a little gold. I don't know. You know what? I don't know about that. Yeah. Yeah. You know what it is? It's so clean on the surface. That's why I put it in here. But I don't like the oh wow, what a beauty. This is from a previous video. I just don't like the way the edge looks. I really want to keep the tube. All right, you know what? I'll put this into my BU roll. I'll move it to the, I'm not gonna, it almost looks like a proof coin, to be honest with you. But the edges are kind of dull. All right, I took it out. So we only have one in here now. Yeah, so I'll put the link. Yeah, so this one will go into that MS roll. Yeah, I don't really want anything they're just special rolls. That all. The BU rolls are nice too. But the tubes, I want to be able to see the really nice looking pennies there. Okay. So I don't add links that often to the channel, but in this case, I will. And Wikipedia and links like that are not an issue. Konica, Wexler, people who have real established channels. Oh, very thick. Look how bold the reverse. And let's look at another penny. You want to compare them? This is 1971. What do we got over here? We got a 77. Let's see. They look, to me, they look very bold or thick. Yeah, they are. And you can see, I'll zoom in a bit. It's the coins on the pennies on the side are throwing it out of focus on the, and you can see, you know what? I'm going to go this way. You can see towards the top here that it's there's a name for this that I don't recall. It could be as a result of a grease strike or something, but look how much different. Look how much thicker these letters are than over here. I mean, it's really kind of extreme. I don't even understand it, to be honest with you. We're going to have to look for a 71 at some point. Hopefully we run into another. I'm going to keep it here. And hopefully we run into another 71. Sometimes certain years have, yeah, I can't even compare them. I just want to look at the ones we looked at already, see if there's a 71 there. Like the 69s, they're little, like they have certain years that are just different. So maybe the 71. Oh, here's a nice. Oh, what a beautiful 82. Absolutely stunning. That's copper. That's a stunner. So we're looking for the 71. I want to leave it so I can see the year there. So I won't use websites that are I don't know, that are like that are being run by like an individual person. You know what I mean? Like the person is actively, what is, I can't, what's the word I'm looking for? Like personal, like it's their personal baby. I'm not going to link those below. Um, I do have one of our members, Eric, longest standing member. I do have his Discord channel below. With his permission, of course. If not, So I'm more than happy to promote his channel. So people are interested in knowing the mintage of pennies. For obvious reasons, right? The lower the mintage, the rarer the coin, right? Because they were less made. So that goes without saying. So that's a given. So it makes sense to want to know what the mintage is of a coin. For example, we found a couple of really beautiful pennies today. This 77 is phenomenal. What's the mintage of it? So I'm going to keep this screen up. Right? No mint mark is a P. There are 1977 P. There are 3,074,575,000 on the dot. It's interesting how they even know when there's two of them, or that's. And I believe that might be as Otis, another one of our long-term members here, pointed out to me that there is a wheel. Now he'll have to, Otis, is that wheel counter how they know what the mintage is? I mean, how do they even know this? It's pretty amazing that they can keep count of billions of pennies. That's amazing to me. I find that fascinating. So there are 3 billion. So the 77 is not rare. Now, they made billions of them, however you want to look at it. How about this penny? What year is that? 671, right? How about the 71? They made almost 2 billion of the Philadelphias. All right. So also not very scarce. There goes another 77. Is one of the 3 billion. So I'm going to assume, and you know what happens when you assume, that it gives us a better understanding of the rarity of a penny is the mintage. So I'm gonna add that into my repertoire on this channel, right? So occasionally we will research a coin here or there. You see the lines there? That's an error. See those lines? It's not valuable. If you see them where you could actually see the lines coming in better or stronger, this is just an observation. Then that'll be probably a strike error. Could be a planchet error or a clad error. One of my maybe I might even, you know what? I'm even gonna at the end of the video right here, right? Is that? At the end of the right here towards the bottom, I usually have my little logo here, and over here I'll have the recommend over here. If you go to the end of the video, don't go to that. Watch the whole video. But if you go to the end of the video, I'm gonna link my most popular video of the channel here. It got over recently. It went over 100,000 views. I'm gonna link it here, and maybe even below. I'll put a link to it below also in the description below. And it happens to be a video where I talk about the mintage of the penny. Maybe that's part of what. Here goes another 82, a nice looking one. Maybe that's what spurred me thinking about it. You know, obviously I want to produce videos that people want to see. You know, I don't want to. You know, I mean, I don't need to make videos to do coin roll hunting. You know, I can make my own video. I could just coin roll hunt and call it a day. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to make videos for the channel. For you, the viewer, my members. Another beauty. And to learn something, right? I like to learn something if I can during the process. And maybe, oh, wow. Wow. Maybe I can get into the mintage of the pennies now. It'll be something extra I can add. Like if I go through, I'll go through it with you. If you want to, I think I've done this in the past, but not really with any purpose. Like I'm doing now. So this is remember, this link is going to be below the other penny video is going to be linked below. And let's go up to 19. Well, I don't really find pennies that at wheat cents. Let's steer clear of the wheat cents, which would be 1958 or below. Okay, and let's just look at Philadelphia's. All right, 609 million. Well, I guess that's a lot. That's the 1959. That's the first year that a Lincoln Memorial was made after the wheat cents. And then we got 700 million, 600 million, 2 billion. All of a sudden, it jumps from the millions to the billions. That's pretty fast. Oh, look at this. The 1964 Philadelphia, almost a billion of them were struck in 1965. I didn't know that. And the same thing with the Denvers. Almost 2 billion of them was struck in 65. The San Francisco's, all of them were struck in 1965. Why? Is that why they're so? Oh wow, how interesting. And then look at the proofs. There's only 3 million proofs from that. Well, 65, there's even less. 2 million proofs. Oh, these proofs must be really, really expensive. Special mint sets. Oh, I never looked at any of this stuff before. So here's the 1968. The 1968. This is from the video. It's the lowest minted non-proof memorial coin with 258 million. And people, that's not low. What do you mean? It says it right here. It's the lowest mint. I didn't say it was low mint. Anyway, it came again. I used to get to arguments with people. That was from the beginning. That's kind of dumb. But I wonder what these older there's only 2 million proofs. I wonder. Let's find how long do they stay at 2 million? The proofs under 3 million. Is that the last one? Here goes the 73 is under 3 million. The proof I'm saying. The 74, it's under 3 million. The 75 is under 3 million. Is that it? And then they go up over 3 million after that. All right, so let's look for something weird about this 75 though. Business strikes were not minted, but some error coins have been found in this variety. See, they even give you in Wikipedia, they even give you some information, which I really like. So let's look for the 1975 proof. Yeah. Okay. 1975 cent proof. Okay. Yeah, okay. No wonder. No kid. Let's go to lowest first. I don't even know if I'd buy this if it wasn't uncirculated mint. Nah, that could be just cleaned. 1975 S proof penny, $4. Almost gone. Yeah, I bet. Okay, so they're not. I mean, as long as those are really proofs. I mean, they keep going up in value. Obviously, if you. All right, what's this one say? You see, this one's. It doesn't say proof on it. But if somebody said this was a proof, you might believe it, right? See, that's the problem with getting something that's not graded. Yeah, Cam is 20. I want to see it. I want to see it say proof. I want to see somebody grade. Look at this. You see? It says Cam. But it's not proof. This is what I'm talking about. So those people are selling proof. This is not a proof. It's a Cam. Is it proof? Oh, it is a proof. My bad. I'm sorry. It does say it says proof 69. Okay, so you can get a 1975 proof, and look, they're almost all gone. Okay, sorry about that. I made a mistake. There are 4 left, so they're selling. I mean, this is a super low mintage penny. I mean, there's 2 point something million of them. To me, that's a good investment, and people are buying them, so it says something about it. Yeah, PR means proof. So I made a mistake. All I saw was the red DCAM, and I thought it was a non-proof. My fault. $50, man. Not even 46 free shipping. No, $3. All right, comes out to $50 plus. I don't know if they charge tax or not. It's a penny. Anyway, so those are things that we're going to look at. So obviously, these other mintages at in the billions, they have probably very little, if any, value. But some people like knowing it. So if you like knowing about it, I want to know about it. You know, I mean, when it comes to a penny, anything that gives it even a slight extra value is meaningful. So in yesterday's video, I talked about the 1982 copper Philadelphia small date. And in really, really nice condition, they go for between I know I said $10, but I saw them for less than that. If you could really hunt them down. So maybe the average is closer to 10, but there are a lot of people who were selling them for $5 in like really, I don't know, like almost uncirculated condition. You see that in the corner? My little stick. Probably a die clash. Oh yeah, look. It's funny because this is what I noticed was that little thing there, but look here. You can see the line going straight across. I wonder what that's from. And you can still see this is how you really want to see a die clash. You want to see it where the shadow looks really strong. This is really weak. I don't know what it's from. Maybe it's this. And where I want to see a die clash is on the obverse. I want to see the reverse on the obverse, which we're not seeing here. I mean, there's little marks, but what we have here is this thing going here and this thing over here. Interesting. No value. No value. 68. So I wonder if this is one of those 68s that's no. Is it 68 or is it or is it the 64? Which is the one that was struck in the next year? Oh, both of them. 64 and 65 were both had some of them struck in the next year, but not the 68. I always check out the 8. Oh yeah, you can see the line coming right down. Let me look at this under the loop before I get too excited. And I want to see if it's anywhere else or if it's just on that. Definitely want to check the L. A little notching above or below it. In the model. The 9 has spreading on the inside. Let me see if I can get a little closer for you to see it. So I see the marks on the 8, and honestly, that's not enough to. But on the 9, I can see the separation on the inside. Okay, you can see it right there, right where the loop ends. So that is what I would look for on copper coins to see if they're showing the inside of the 9 and the 6. So I will put that to the side. Maybe we'll do a little. If we only have one penny, maybe I'll do a little bit of research at the end. Yeah, this is already becoming a long video, but I'll do. I don't care. That's a beauty. I was looking to see if there's something on the reverse. I'll look at that under the loop real quick. I doubt it. That's probably just dirt. Yeah, I think it's just dirt. It's another pretty penny. It's another 1990. The other one was 1990 also. I'll put them together. Very nice looking 1990s. Oh, here goes a 92. Oh, man. I wish this would be. Huh. Oh, we got some machine doubling. Possibly. Yep. Anywhere else? Not really. Pretty cool. I like the 92. It's an interesting there it goes. You can see the machine doubling there. Let me go a little closer. Maybe this will be our thumbnail. Right there, you can see it nice. Well, you know what we really want to find is the close AM. Nope. That's like hitting a scratch off for $100. Yeah. If the A and the M in America are almost touching, then it's a close AM. And it's not. I don't even think it's machine doubling, to be honest with you. I think it's just the way. I mean, I still might use it in the thumbnail, but we still have not found another 71, right? Is that what we're looking for? Yeah, we haven't found another 71. Here goes another 92. Come on. Another, which it also has another. This one also has a little bit of that. The clad being mushed around. All right, let's check out that AM. Oh boy. Yeah, too much space. I'll find it one day. I found the wide AM. but never a 92 close AM. Look how dark this one is, huh? That's odd. Very dark. Abnormally dark. 93. Does the 93 have a close AM? Yes. Now, if you find a 92 that looks like this, it's winner, winner, chicken dinner. A little bit of a die clash in there. Very common. It's very common. Those light die clashes are very, very common. Now, it's funny, right? Because when I say very common, I mean like every sixth or seventh, maybe 10th, maybe every 10th, you'll see like a little light die clash in it. Every 10th Lincoln Memorial Cent. 88, we're looking for the flared G. So that's what I mean when I say common. Nah, it's not flared. That's what I mean. Other people, when other people use the word common, I don't get it, man. Some people say something looks common, that's common, and it's like I might see it one every 10,000 pennies, and they'll say, "Yeah, that's common." That doesn't make sense to me. Again, when I say something is common, it's because you're finding it quite often. That's how I used. I'm gonna look at this under the loop. I'm not gonna disregard it just because it's dirty. With that said, it's so dirty I can't even make out the G. Even though the G does look. You know what? I'm gonna clean up my shirt. The G does look interesting, but it's a little too dirty. I'm gonna have to pull out the other loop, the more powerful one. I'm trying not to use this one. It's just a pain in the neck. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. It really looks it looks odd. I'll show you again after I'm finished looking through it. But it does not have the crosslet. And I'm pretty sure it needs to have the crosslet. So I'm gonna say no on this one. There's supposed to be a little crosslet on the G. And I don't see the crosslet. So goodbye. The 92 is a wide AM. Yeah, I don't know all the statistics behind which one is supposed to be wide or anything like that. I'm gonna look at that under the loop. The clad is split on the left of the E. So that's what's giving it that that extra shadow look. It's pretty cool looking, but you know, that's what it is. I couldn't see it on through the camera. You can see how it's tilted. I see that in the last column. See, look how thick the bottom of the G is in the FG. And that's because of the serif. See, that's another die clash. It's just that's very weak. You know, they're so common. Like I said, to me, common is you're finding it often. And you can see that might be a little bit of the die clash here, right by the neck. Again, very weak. See? Oh yeah. So this one's a little stronger. Turn it upside down. See it here. You know, I really would love to see. I mean, obviously, if it's in between the columns or inside the bays, is if it's really a strong contrast, then that's valuable. Or if you see it outside of the building, you know, coming like shooting out the top, that's what you really want to see. Those are worth bucks. And then, of course, if you see the line, I've only found one or two with the lines on the front. 73, we're looking for that 71, right? Yeah. Never found it. They just seem very thick to me. The oh, here goes a 71. Look at that. All right. Now look. See, it's just the way the 71 looks. I think they both look the same. Let me go this way. I mean, there is that grease strike type of a thing at the top here. Yeah. See, on the 71, the United States of America is thick. But on the original penny that we found, the first one, it has the grease strike at the top. So we actually found another 71. That was pretty cool. See? Very common. That's a big zinc blister. Oh, wow. It's pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Um, 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 um. Even the 70 looks kind of thick. Oh yeah, I said I would do the. Oh, what a beauty! I said I would do the research on that one penny. Look how yellow this is. Let me see off camera. Yeah, not too yellow. It's not as yellow. It looks very yellow under the camera. Off the camera, it looks more goldish. It's a beauty. It looks like it's about a 50-50 split that we found today between zinc and copper. So I'll take that. That's great. Actually, I shouldn't even have said that. Sound like a spoiled brat, right? No, that's abnormal, to be honest with you. But what it is I got some of these have all copper from the bag that I got from the bank with the candy cane looking pinstripes. So and look at these. Those are absolutely phenomenal. And we found about 6 of them in MS condition. All right, so let's look this up on copper coins. The 68. We want to see if it shows the little mark inside the 9. It looks like there might even be inside the 6, but the 9 it's very it's more apparent. So that's the what year is that? 68. 68, 68, 68. Yeah. We'll watch it together. All right. This is copper coins. We go to the P1DO. How many has he got? He has 2 pages. All right. So he's showing it in the motto. Pretty significant doubling. And then he shows it in the 8 off to the side, the left. All right, so I don't think we have that. I don't think we have this. I didn't check the extra eyelid, and I didn't check the Liberty. All right, let me look very quickly, then I'll show it to you, and that'll be the end of the video. So even the 6, I could see the spread off it to the left. And again, the 9, I can see the spread on the inside. Oh, the 8 has it. Let me see. The 8, I didn't check the eyelid. Do not see it in the eyelid. All right, let's go back to that 8. So here he's showing our 8 has it here. Oh, it does have it on the bottom there. Oh, It's not an expensive. It's not really that. I just grabbed the other. You know what it is? I had the light coming from the wrong angle. I have to turn it upside down to get the light coming in at the right angle. Nope. See how important lighting is? So check it out. Show you the mistake I made. So I thought I saw doubling on the left and the bottom, right? But when I turned it around to get the light coming from the other direction, I noticed that there is no extra line under the bottom, right? So that tells me that what I thought was a line was the shadow. Oh, you could kind of you could see a little bit there on the bottom. You see it? Yeah, I could actually still see it right there. When I went like this, I could see it right there. You know, let me look at it again. Jeez. Man, it's so weak though. But it looks pretty. I don't know. It looks much stronger on the online example. It's much stronger. I do see a little bit of a notch on the bottom. It's so weak though. That I mean, the condition of this is probably AU 50. Um, so if it was a good example, it'd be worth $4. It's not really a good example, you know. So I'm gonna have to say this does not meet the criteria of the 1968 P1DO-005. So that's that. All right, thank you. God bless. Oh, I tomorrow is Christmas. For those of you who are watching this as on Christmas Eve, and I will do. I'm gonna do a special video for Christmas and New Year's. Um, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll do two of the roles, or I have to figure it out. But I want to do something special for Christmas. And thank you and God bless.